It's another week, and I'm back. It's the delivery, people. News, media, current topics. We in there, but this episode we're gonna slow it down. We normally everywhere, but we're really gonna try to help you this episode. Skip, our local money man, he's gonna teach you how to reach $1 million. What keeps you broke today, and some money pits that we kind of overlook. Then of course we got the dope of the week. The good news that we get at www.goodnewsnetwork.com. We need some good news, people, and the random question of the week. Our thoughts on the Bruce Jenner Caitlyn transformation, but that's towards the end. Let's talk about the dope of the week. I'm gonna hop up in this, and then everybody else is. Matter of fact, let's introduce everybody. Just in case they forgot, Skip, where you at?
This is Skip. I guess I'm a frequent user of this podcast, or you use me at least.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm here once again. Was I think my third episode.
Yes, sir.
And so looking forward to this episode.
Okay. And we have two teachers in the building, but we're gonna start with the lady first. Introduce yourself.
Hello. I am Brittany. What else do you need me to say?
That's it.
That's all, folks.
In my introduction, it's a list of some criteria. I didn't know.
E, where you at?
Right here. What's up? It's your boy AGK Jamal. E for short.
Okay. And then we got a new face in the building. Well, another new face. Colton, what's up?
What's up, y'all? This is Colton Evans. Just happy to be a part of the show, man. Let's get this thing cracking.
Man, like I told y'all, if y'all want to be on the show, y'all want to hear y'all topics read, go to official package, one word, at gmail.com. He's here. But let's get into the dope of the week. The dope of the week of this week is a man flies 12,000 miles to donate his stem cells to save a 7-year-old girl. The little girl was losing a battle with a rare disease and was forced to drop out of school when none of her family members were close enough to be a match. And then a 44-year-old stranger from Dubai came in to help her out. Thoughts on that? Skip, what are your thoughts on that good news of the week?
Well, I think it's just a good example of people showing charity, showing concern for someone else. That they don't even know, or that they don't see a personal, reward from, other than, the genuine affection of, I'm helping somebody else, some genuine charity for somebody you don't really know. Not just, this is to say the difference between that and, say, somebody in your family, giving them some money so they don't have to browbeat you every week for something. But, yeah, we talking about, somebody that didn't have any contact with that person at all, flew halfway across the world just to, save their life, basically. And that's very powerful image.
Well, what do you think about it, Brittany?
Well, I think it's beautiful. I think it's touching that someone was willing to go through those lengths to save a life. I don't know how many people would do that. I think it's interesting there was also someone who wasn't from the U.S. who was overseas, because I bet there are potential matches in the U.S., but maybe no one stepped up to the plate. So what does that say?
E, you kind of quiet. Speak on it.
It's dope.
Wow. Okay. I mean, you wasn't hollering in my ear, but all right. Let's move on, because it's a Skip episode, people. Our next conversation is ASAP Rocky. It was pretty dope. He just dropped a new album called At Long Last ASAP. It just came out. It was pretty dope. We got a bunch of music lovers in here. Let's start off with Colton. Speak on it.
I'm really digging the project. From a scale to 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, I'll give it anywhere from a 7.5 to an 8.
Okay.
I was digging the beats, man. I felt like he stepped his flow up even more. Had some dope features, especially the feature with Lil Wayne and Kanye West. Like I said, I like the production. Some of it's kind of trippy. You might have to take LSD or some psychedelic drug to really vibe to it. But I can dig it. He brings his own originality to the game, and you can appreciate that. And for him to do the numbers he did first week, I think he sold like 146,000 first week with no hit record. It speaks to the groundwork that he put in and he's reaping the benefits of that. I'm more mad at the
who?
so-called street cats who love Lil Boosie, and his album dropped the same week, and he didn't even sell half those numbers.
Hey.
I'm a little mad at that because these street dudes were like, free Boosie, but they didn't buy the album. Like they didn't give up their $8.99 on Amazon to get the album. So
They already had it for free.
Hey,
they got it for free from the local bootleg man or at the barbershop. But
yeah, real talk. I didn't pay for the ASAP Rocky album neither. So
but I'm a firm believer in buying music. So if I think the music is dope, I'll buy it.
Yeah,
I don't support
definitely.
everybody, but I support whatever I think is dope.
all right, E, lay it on me.
Yeah, ASAP, man. I really like the album. We haven't heard anything from him in a while, so we end up getting this. It sounded like the same ASAP, which we miss.
Yeah.
A lot of the tracks sounded, a little bit blended in. They all had that psychedelic, like Cole said, that psychedelic feel to them. But some of the features were really on point. Like the one with Kanye, man. That almost brought you back to like classic Kanye with the sample. Not tripping over. We didn't get Kanye Kardashian on that track. Is what I like.
Thank God.
Okay.
Kanye West.
Brought back Pimp C. Lil Wayne. I mean, it was a dope album. That whole Houston Harlem, vibe that he came in the game with.
Hey, before we leave this, before I speak on it, Brittany, speak on it.
Yeah, I think I actually want to co-sign on what both of them said. I mean, I do think ASAP has his own sound, which is uniquely his, and that's what makes him so special. But at the same time, I don't know if I heard any growth in this album. Like, I had the first ASAP Rocky album. It was the bomb. I played it 24/7. This album was like, okay, more of the same.
I didn't hear any
Nice.
growth either.
Yeah.
but I don't think it's such a
At least
bad
stay
thing.
consistent with his sound.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna speak on it. I give the album an 8 out of 10. I really liked it, but it felt like I took LSD before the album started, and by the end of it, I still had a little bit of high left. But like y'all said, I didn't see any growth. Like, even though Kendrick Lamar's second album didn't sound better than the first one,
Too much growth.
he grows a lot.
Man, that album was crazy.
Kendrick's always was coming with steady growth.
I mean, but ASAP Rocky, well, he's in a league where all you have to do is drop an okay album and it's a classic.
Wow.
So I mean,
It's not 94 anymore.
you ain't lying.
But he's one of the few rappers out here who's still, just pure spitting, none of that singing shit,
I mean-
none of that,
Whoa.
none of that Aubrey shit, none of that.
Wow.
He's just straight.
Stop.
We already, what I'm saying?
I like Drake, man. Drake's a talented dude. I like Drake,
Hey,
man.
I like Drake.
Hey,
I like
whoa.
Drake.
Hey,
But J. Cole tried that shit on what was the album called? Forest Hills Drive, that singing shit, fucked it up completely. Stop. I said it.
Calm down. Hey,
Yo.
I don't know if you know, but you literally sitting next to a huge Drake fan. Like, no lie. Like,
I got look. Like I
will
said,
fight you in
I got love for Aubrey.
Yeah, his hit making ability is crazy.
Wow.
This album was dope, but but back to ASAP though, man.
Yeah.
He stands out simply because, man, he's one of the main dudes who are still just putting out just solid raps, dope production.
I mean, but
that
that goes back to our conversation. Like, I mean, where's the competition? And then anybody who we know who is hot ain't got no record deal, ain't like on major labels. So I mean, we got they there, but they're not pushed. So I mean, that goes back.
But I kind of want to say that with ASAP's album, I think his production should get way more credit than his lyrics.
production is off the chain.
Yeah, definitely.
Lyrically, he's okay.
Definitely.
But the production is what elevates.
I mean, I feel the same way about The Weeknd, but Weeknd is hella talented, but he sounds way more dope due to his beats. I don't know who does his audio and all the other stuff, but I mean, they should get props too.
What's crazy about The Weeknd is when you hear someone else do a cover of his song, you're like, man, this song is really dope. When he sings it, you realize just how not great of a singer he is, kind of.
Who, The Weeknd?
Yeah.
Are you
I think
serious?
that's the
Kinda like
reason why I'm
Janae
not a
Aiko.
huge fan of him.
I like his song and I vibe with it. Then when I hear someone else do a cover, I'm like, yo, The Weeknd can't sing though.
Yeah, it's kind of the Janae Aiko effect. She got the light skin sound.
Stop.
That's it. All you gotta do. You just gotta be pretty. You just gotta be pretty. Hold the melody.
Wow.
Hold the melody.
Wow.
Have a nice beat.
Dang, I would have brought some Teflon if I knew all these shots was gonna be fired today.
Tell me, bro. If you never seen Janae Aiko before, you just heard her sing it. What complexion you think she is?
No comment.
Exactly. you know what a light skinned voice is.
I don't think she has
I can listen to any
You can
track
see
and tell
that when you
that's
listen to
a
the
dark
record.
skin.
Yeah, I ain't
Nigga
gonna
black as hell. I can
lie.
listen to any track and be like, that nigga black as hell.
Hey, I feel you because like I remember the first time I heard Drake, I was like, yeah, this nigga mixed.
Of course.
Oh wow!
Then you hear me like Jay Electronica. All right, you know that nigga black.
So when you heard J. Cole, you knew he was mixed when you
already-
first heard him before you saw our video.
Yeah,
You know.
because he sounded. Come on, you know how mixed people sound. They sound.
I don't, man. I'm asking you.
No, hold up. No disrespect, Skip, but you know how mixed people sound. They sound like Struggle in Starbucks.
Was that like a black hipster?
That balance
pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah. I'll die in these streets for this s'mores latte.
Low-key.
I'll catch a body for this. All
You
right,
gonna make me
but
catch your body.
The police chasing me for my autograph.
okay. Hey, y'all must have forgot that it's the Skip episode, so we're back up at it. Skip, let's put it out there. Why should I even take financial advice from you?
Because you want money. Oh, you done choked that E-Trail over there.
All right, let's keep it moving. Man, what
You want a legitimate answer though, for real?
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Okay, the reason why is because I wrapped up a master's degree in accounting, and I'm sitting for my CPA exams right now. I'll be working at a Big Four, which is one of the largest accounting firms in the world. And while I'm working there, I'll be doing financial audit. So I'll be reviewing the financial statements of big companies like your ExxonMobils, Apple Computers, things of that nature, telling them what they did wrong with their money.
So major moves.
Yeah.
Hey, Skip. Let's put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
You barely gonna get out of college. You already went into debt. I mean, where did this quote unquote where all these skills came in before, for accounting and kind of put you in that direction?
Okay. Well, I come from a family that everybody in my generation, I'd say about 80% of them are all drug dealers or felons, and everybody over that, their parents are all preachers of some sort. So I heard the hustle from both ends. So the point is that my thing was I wanted to do something that was legit and do something that was not questionable on either side. I'm not the hustler preacher. I'm not the hustler on the streets. I'm a guy that makes money the legit way and makes more money than both of them combined.
Okay. Well, what is it about you that keeps you from going broke and being so disciplined? Because most of us ain't got it.
Okay, so what this goes back to that conversation me and you had off the air where he calls me an alpha male. Okay.
Clearly.
Straight dog.
He calls me an alpha male. Okay.
And that's why Brittany's here, because she's the alpha female. So
Okay.
I need somebody to buffer you out.
Am I? Okay.
But the point of the matter is that, I take my cues internally and not externally, meaning that I don't believe that my environment makes me do anything. I believe I make my environment do things.
Oh.
I change my environment doesn't change me.
Oh.
So when I walk into a situation, I'll change the mood of it, and I don't let it change my mood, just as an example.
Okay, before you drop this knowledge on us, are you good with money, bad with money, or do you think being rich is impossible?
Look, man, as you know, I'm African. So it's just in our blood, money management. Okay, that's one thing I always
I got
taught
no
is,
problem.
we don't have problems with monies, man. We don't have a problem with money. One thing that we always taught from just little kids is you should always have something in your savings. You should never be broke.
Boom.
Respect.
Still instilled in me in this day.
Boom.
Okay, well, I definitely gotta ask Brittany, because you got your own house, and college and masters wasn't even that long ago. So, so what kind of kept you so disciplined?
You know what, though? I guess I kind of have to piggyback on Skip. Right?
See, she
Yeah,
ain't gonna come against me. She gonna join the team.
Okay, let's not talk crazy. Because,
She got some tricks in the bag.
Right, he'll tell you. He'll
gonna
tell
stab
you.
me in
I'll
the
speak
back
my
with it.
mind real quick.
ahead.
But no, like what he said, internal motivation. I've always been that way. Like I've wanted certain things for my life and for myself. So nobody was gonna give it to me. I had to get up and go get it. So I did.
Ladies, take notes. Anyway,
That's real.
hey, Colton, you graduated not too long ago. But you know you barely getting on your feet, and I mean I understand, man. What about you? How you handle money?
I think I'm pretty good with money. I'm sure I can do more things to grow my money, but I try to save as much as I can. And I know I have a savings account, and I dump most of my money into that, and it has a little interest on it so it can grow, because most of my money was in my checking account, and that doesn't grow. It's no interest, but
Right.
you know, I try to save all I can. I have my checks direct deposit, so it goes right into my accounts. And
Cool.
And that's a start. I'm sure I can do more. I'm sure I'm gonna learn some things from Skip by the end of this podcast.
So you
But
know,
I'm here for the learning.
right.
money god or something over here, right?
Hey, well, let me speak on mine. I'm pretty up and down. Like I was real horrible with money. Then I started getting a little bit better. Did a little bit of research. Really, put an effort towards trying to get to the next step. Because I mean, if it's anything I learned about life is they ain't giving a black man shit. So
They ain't giving anybody anything.
True.
Man, woman, white, black, anything.
Well, Skip, let's hop into it, man. First thing first, I think you're being a little unrealistic saying everybody can be a millionaire if they just plan it out. Like, I mean, only CEOs and top-notch people get to $1 million. True or false?
That's actually pretty false. I'll actually tell you, about 70 to 80% of the millionaires, first generation millionaires in this country, actually come from overseas.
Really?
Yeah. The problem that we have is that in America, we miseducate our people to not just black people, but Americans. We miseducate them on how to deal with money. It's like EJ was talking over there about how his family, he's African. They taught him to save some money and, keep money with him at all times, teaching him that, hey, don't spend everything that you get.
Yeah.
Keep something back. Because otherwise, if you don't save anything, you're not going to have nothing for later. And then you can't invest. You can't do anything else. So just in this country, we just have to do a better job financially. I mean, educating our people financially, because as it sits right now, we don't teach people to grow money. We teach people to lose money.
Okay. Back to Brittany. When you college debt, house payments, but I mean, you live a very comfortable life. You get to do what you want. How is that even possible?
Well, I work. Like, I'm a teacher, so we don't necessarily make a lot of money, but it's all about making smart choices. Like, in a lot of ways, my mortgage is cheaper than most people's apartments.
All right.
You got to make smart choices.
Okay. That's
Not
it.
only that, I don't have to drive a 2017. I drive like a 2007, and
There
it
it is.
treats me very well.
There you go.
You just got to make smart choices and know what's worth spending on and what's not. Like, I buy lots of clothes, but I don't buy any of them at full price. I don't believe in that.
She goes to Marshalls.
Never pay retail.
Sale,
Rule
on
number
sale,
2.
clearance, outlet. I live by it. I live by
Okay.
it.
Well, back to you, Skip.
And what she's emphasizing here is that she is a smart shopper when it comes to everything in her life, not just one thing.
Okay.
So she's emphasizing that she gets what she needs and a little bit of what she wants, but she doesn't go to the full length of buying the most expensive thing on the market. She understands where her money, how much money she has, and she understands how much she needs to keep back and how much she can spend in order to be comfortable. She's not buying a mansion, even if she could potentially afford the payments.
True.
Okay.
True.
So, Skip, what can I do? Let's be logical. I only make round about 50,000 a year. I only got maybe an extra $200 to really do anything extra with or save. What do you suggest I do?
First thing that I suggest everybody do is take a look. First of all, you got to have a good income. First of all, and a good income is not $100,000. Good income is simply, you can be making $30,000. It don't matter, $50,000, like you said.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about somebody making six figures. But the point is, the number one thing that we got to make sure we don't do is don't sign up for these car payments. Boom.
Elaborate.
Car payment. Okay, let me take a step back. I can get you to a millionaire by the time of your retirement if you only save about $459 a month.
Really?
Yeah. From when you start, like around now until you retire, I can get you to $1.5 million easy.
Are you just talking about throwing that in my savings or Roth IRA? Be more specific.
Yeah, we're gonna be basically, we'll get to that point. But what I'm saying is, if we don't pay the $300 car payment or the $500 car payment, instead invest that money in ourselves, then when we get to retirement, boom, we got $1.5 million. Now, going back what you're talking about, yeah, what I'm talking about is we take the money, we classify it as retirement in a Roth IRA. You invest it in some form, in some investment vehicle, mutual funds, whatever, real estate, and earning at least 10%. You have that in there for 30 to 35 years because you'll be working. If you're 30 now, you'll be working about 30, 35 years. And then by the time you get done, boom, you'll have $1.5 million. You can do the math on that, do a future value of an annuity calculator, $5,500, 10% return, 35 years, single payment.
Skip, I'm gonna have to call you on your shit. I don't believe you. I have a good credit score. I can get a loan for whatever the fuck I want. So fuck you, pay me. So
Okay.
What do you say? The credit cards, loans, and all the extra stuff.
My thing of it is that EJ might tell you about this, is that if you ain't got the money for it, why you buying it?
Exactly.
What?
That's
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I
never with that.
Wait a minute. So you telling me simple as day, if I ain't got the money for it, don't go buy it?
Exactly. If you can't already pay for it up front, don't put it on your credit card.
I mean, so man, come on. I want that new 2015 car. I want that new house in the white folks neighborhood. I want stuff I can't afford. Why can't I get it?
Well, you can't get it for two reasons. One, either your income isn't up, like you don't have a good income, or two, you're spending your money somewhere that you shouldn't be spending it. You cannot spend. Okay, think of debt, for instance, as a negative or an opposite of wealth.
Okay.
Because it's the same thing. Instead of you putting money into yourself, instead of paying yourself, you paying somebody else. Instead of they paying you interest, you paying them interest. Now, I just said if you only put $5,500 a year for 35 years, boom, you would have a $1.5 million, $1.5 million. Well, what do you think about these people that, pay interest for 35? Oh, how about a 30-year mortgage? Oh.
So you saying my $100,000 house just went to $300,000 by the end?
If you have a 30-year mortgage, you on average are spending 3 times as much as the note. I mean, as much as the value of the house on payments over that 30-year period. Yeah. So if you bought a $100,000 house, you would be spending $300,000 in total for that house. Same thing with a car. You're usually paying 2 to 3 times as well. So that $20,000 car just cost you $40,000. That $40,000 cost you $80,000. All because you can't wait.
And don't cars lose value? So I got that.
As soon as you drop them off the lot.
Yeah, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it's going to lose about
depreciate.
30 to 40%. Then by the end of that, I think the first 3 years, total of 60% is lost.
Okay, E. Give me a short story about how you messed up on your money doing some things, growing up or now.
Never happened.
Yes.
I'm being 100% honest, man. I'm fortunate enough. I'm blessed. I've never really encountered serious money problems before.
Okay.
Because he's been trained.
Okay. Colton, what about you, man?
I think I'm gonna have to agree. I'm not gonna say I'm just wealthy, but I haven't really had any money problems,
Right.
Or just been on my back where I'm like,
Brittany
man.
gonna confess.
I got problems.
Let me
Confess
chime in
that.
and keep it all the way real. Okay, look,
Go
I
ahead.
have been working since I was 16.
All
When I
right.
went to college, I got some scholarships, but
Yeah.
my mom and dad, my mom's a teacher, my dad's a mechanic, and I
Right.
have a little brother who went to college a few years later. So
Right.
college was really where I had to grow up.
Right.
You know, I moved into an apartment that was nice, and I did a lot of the things that a lot of people do. They buy things and they're like, oh, I can afford to pay this. Until something happens. And then when
Right.
something happens, oh, well, I can't afford to pay this.
Right.
So I was on my grind. I was hustling, working 2 or 3 jobs to catch back up. And the moment I did, you know what I did? I said, I'm going to let this 2-bedroom apartment go. I moved into a lovely little 4x4 for $435 a month. Still had
All right.
all the parties, all the kickbacks, did everything I wanted to do, just did it in a smaller space. Instead of living so far away from campus, I live where I can walk to campus. I didn't use any gas. I didn't
It
have
is.
to worry about my car. I parked it in an apartment complex and I was huffing it on foot. My dad got me a bike for Christmas, made it work.
All right.
Like, you know, once
Very
you
smart.
you really have to go through some things sometimes to grow up because as Skip said, like, we are not trained. Like I said, you know, both of my parents, they are the average middle class American.
Right.
2 kids in a house.
Right.
They couldn't do for me what some other parents could do, and they didn't really instill in me those things. Like right now, I'm a better money manager than my parents are
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna speak to mine. I mean, same thing. I got to college, but total polar opposite. You know, it got so bad. You know, I literally had to take a year off from school. That's how bad I got with it. And you know, I got on my feet. You know, let me speak on some money pits. Like Skip said, car payments. Luckily, my car was paid off, so you know, credit cards, loans, all that. It catches up with you sooner than later. Skip, back to the money. Let's use Brittany's mom and dad as an example. Okay, one's a mechanic, one's a teacher. Mechanic, let's say 30,000. Let's say the teacher 40,000. How me and my wife gonna make it to this money, man?
How you gonna make it to what?
To the number you just talked about, maybe
Oh, okay.
maybe a million,
Like I
a
said-
million apiece.
$1 million apiece. So each person, like I said, each person would just have to budget out a little bit under $500. The annual thing would be $5,500. You would invest that at the end of the year, and the point is that the most simple way you can find $500 is if you don't have a car payment, and that's what I always go back to, because most people's car payment, insurance, and everything else is gonna run them $500 or for something or something like that. A legit car, you know, we ain't talking about like, you know, rink-a-dink or something like that. But yeah, so the point is that, you know, but why are you? There's really no problem with getting you a $10,000 car or you getting yourself a $5,000 car starting out and then graduate up. You know, you save your money back, put instead of paying a car lot, you know, $500, put $500 back for yourself. Boom, for that. Or I want to get a better car. Let me take a little bit more money, put it over here. The point is, we have to take a better control of paying attention on what we do with our money instead of just swiping. I can pay it.
Okay.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay. Next conversation. This easier said than done. What if I'm horrible with money and I ain't got the discipline? What do you
That's
suggest?
called immaturity.
Speak
And
on
that's
it.
no, but seriously, like this goes back to when we talk about, you know, internal locus of control. In other words, you have to empower yourself and take control of your life to say, y'all don't make me do nothing. Nobody makes me do anything. I make me do stuff.
Okay.
I have to step up and I have to change my life. So if I want my money to be fixed, I need to do something to fix it. I need to stop being a fool with my money. I need to stop going out there and spending up all the cash I got, doing whatever. You know, going to Starbucks 58,000 times or buying a new pair of J's or whatever every time they come out. You know, all these stupid little purchases that we make and we say, oh, I got to have that. Do you really have to have that, though?
Okay, well, let's speak on some myths that most people think. Millionaires, actual real life millionaires, what do they dress like? What kind of jobs they got, and you know what they do with themselves?
We're making quotes out, well, not quotes, but we're paraphrasing from Millionaire Next Door. That's a book, Millionaire Next Door. The average millionaire is a person who has worked and saved his money over his career. Whether they be a teacher, a mechanic, or whatever, middle class job, work, save their money, and were diligent year over year, constantly pushing. And then they finally got to that point where they're 50, 60 years old and they look up and like, you know what? I think I think I got $1 million in the bank. I don't feel like a millionaire. But I got $1 million. That's crazy. So you got millionaires walking around who look just like everyday Joe Blow. Why? Because they worked hard at it and saved up their money and actually, were smart about their decisions throughout their life. Not just, I won the lottery. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Agree or disagree, Brittany?
Let me tell you why I agree. I know that wasn't why I was brought here, but let me tell you why I agree.
Bro.
Let me tell you why I agree. Before I became a teacher, I graduated. I was like, I need a job. Until I find that teaching position, I started working for an online company who did continuing education units. So if you're a physical therapist, you have to take classes, that sort of thing. We sold those courses. The owner of the company was definitely a millionaire. Never knew it. He comes to work in, khaki shorts and polos. He had braces. He has a modest home. He drove a Toyota 4Runner. Definitely a millionaire. So, they're everyday people. He was a physical therapist. He actually preached to me about this book. I think it's called The Richest Man in Babylon.
Okay.
And he lived his life by that book. He got married, had kids. They didn't go to the movies. They didn't do dates. They stayed at home in a small apartment until all of a sudden they woke up one day and was like, you know what? I think we can buy a house.
So they sacrificed having
Yeah.
no fun.
Man.
No, it's
come on.
not about having no fun. Yeah,
Right.
it's about knowing what are you comfortable with giving up. You can have a margin, but do you need to have all of that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
one
That
of
goes
his,
back to discipline, like you
right.
said. Yeah.
True. One of his principles was, if I live like no one else today, then I will live like no one else
Tomorrow.
later. Yeah.
That fool been listening to Dave Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Right. Hey, low key, I'm a Dave Ramsey disciple though. Low
Okay,
key, low
all right,
key.
that's
I
cool.
can
Dave
get with
Ramsey
that.
very successful. He's very successful.
Hey,
I
so-
co-sign him.
So, back to you, Skip. When it comes to, trying to get on this $1 million journey, let's speak on it.
All right, let's talk about. I just want to use one example that's
Thanks
pretty
for cutting
good.
me off.
It's the Skip episode.
Wow. Okay, go.
But seriously, let's use one example is very good and that I like to use all the time is that a broke person or somebody who's gonna be broke is a person that asks how much are the payments. That person's gonna be broke because they want to know the payments. Whereas somebody who's gonna have money is gonna say how much does that cost?
Okay.
How much is it?
Okay.
They're gonna buy the thing and not put payments on it.
Okay, Skip. I feel left out. I feel left out.
Left out Lamont.
Wow. Anyway, I feel left. Like if I do this, I'm gonna feel left out. I can't go party when I want to. I can't go on trips like I want to. I can't do none of this. Frequently. Will it really be worth it?
Well, that's a question you have to ask yourself. It's like, do you want to first of all spend all your money now and be poor later, or do you want to live within your means today and then actually have money later? And this is not a do nothing or do everything. This is a find your balance.
Okay.
This
Everything
is
in moderation. Right?
exactly.
True.
You got it.
Hey, Colton, with speaking of moderation, I mean, when it comes to spending, I mean, we got debit cards now. Back in the day, it was either cash or check, but now we got the debit card that just take our money instantly. I mean, how do you discipline yourself on controlling yourself on your spending?
I just try to buy the necessities that I need in life. Just food for my lunch and for my breakfast and dinner. I guess clothes, shoes every now and then. My only vices is, I guess, liquor and music a little bit. But I just try to, like dude said, just be balanced, do everything in moderation, be disciplined, not try to keep up with the Joneses. I do have debit cards, but I'm not trying to be over obsessive with all those new J's come out, even though those are the shoes that came out in '96. They're just re-releasing them. Let me go cop those now. Like,
Exactly.
I'll pass this time.
Hey, E, you've been financially straight for years and years. I mean,
I don't know about all that.
I mean,
He's the money guy.
But yeah, I manage. Yeah.
you got a family with a different background. Speak more about them principles.
Principles. I mean, yeah, I was always taught, like I said, What did I say? Oh yeah, yeah. You know,
And he wanna be on bullshit.
but like, but like I said, man, I was always taught always have something in your savings. I was always instilling in me, man. There's no excuse to be broke. You know, ever. I was also taught, never pay retail. Never pay retail. If you can get a deal, get it. Always look for a deal. So rarely do I ever pay for anything full price. The only thing I pay full price for is if it's Apple related, because there's just no way around that shit.
Them.
Yeah.
Apple has their prices locked.
Man. Hey, at least you Nigerian, so when you go to weddings, they do the money dance, which, which when you get married, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna have my. Let's do the money dance. All right, Skip. Skip. Let's learn more about you, man. Only child. So you always was a reader and all that. So what qualities do you think you have that more people should have to not just with money but in handling life a little bit?
Well, that goes back to that principle we just talked about. You need to have self-control and have moderation. I mean, self-control don't mean I don't do anything.
Okay.
That's not what self-control is. Self-control is I know where my limits are.
Oh, okay.
You got to be able to say, hey, okay, I got $1,000. I'm only going to spend $500 of it and hold yourself to that $500. And if you can, go less than that $500.
Okay.
Exactly.
Skip, growing up, only child, all that. What about doing? You're a kid by yourself in a house by yourself. What did you do for fun that really didn't cost? What did you?
Oh, that's
like
very simple, bro. I still do that today. I'm a big gamer, bro. I'll be on that Xbox like nobody, bro.
I don't know.
Sounds like my little brother, man.
Yeah, bro. But no, it's like only thing the Xbox cost you is electricity. So
okay.
But I'll be on that. Music. I read a lot. Once you have the book, book's like $15 if you got a book, or read online or something. You watch videos or something on YouTube, that's free. There's always an alternative that can be cheaper but still do the same thing. So.
And a lot of people are cutting the cord now with cable. Some
Right.
people just, rather than pay for cable, Netflix, Hulu.
Yeah.
I straight up don't even watch TV. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't even watch it. And my girlfriend, she watches Netflix.
So you just saved about $100.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, Brittany, what about you? You when you have fun, you have fun. When you're at home, you're at home. So speak on it.
I read a lot of books. Me and my Kindle, we have a long-lasting relationship.
No, right.
But, we're lucky. We're in Dallas, Texas. You know how many free things there are to do here that are amazing?
Yeah, definitely.
Like Clyde Warren Park, they have activities every day. We can get on the trolley downtown, ride it anywhere we want to go. The museum is free. There are 1,000,001 things to do that are free here. We're really lucky that way. Now, if I was in a small little country town, I don't know.
Better get your internet connection.
I only fool with places that have happy hours, specials.
Yes,
Fuck all that.
yes.
Every time let's go to Cheesecake Factory. Let's go there. Now, fuck all that. Let's go to Razoo's, man. Half off appetizers, drinks.
Yeah, you put me onto that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing that don't make sense to me. Sometimes you get to some of these places, they got shots and everything like that cost more than the bottle. And you're like, wait a minute. You calling me $50
bring my own
for
bottle? I
this?
cannot justify paying $8 for a bottle of beer. I just cannot justify
I'm
that.
like, bro, this is a racket.
more.
Is that what it costs?
At the strip club, it's
Depends,
ridiculous, man.
Jesus.
Man, but it's the strip club. But you know what? I got a weird strip club story. Like I went in the strip club.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And they got mad at me. They almost wanted to kick me out. I paid my little $22. I got in there chilling. All my homeboys getting lap dances, and I'm reading
Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah.
Get this guy over here.
Hey, look. I'm y'all. Anybody that know me know I'm low key thirsty. But damn, if we talking about paying for it. You to just get me hard and leave. I do that by myself.
You're not helping these girls pay their lot bills.
Let me tell you why I'm mad. I'm mad you paid $22 to get in when porn is free online. That's what I'm mad about. You got a cell phone with internet access.
But you wanted the real deal.
I
Look at
cannot
the real
believe
deal.
you paid $22 to sit there and not even look. Really?
Hey, it was my homeboy's birthday. That's where he wanted to go.
He was like designated driver.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so
if I'm paying $22, I'm gonna be entertained.
and then they tripped me out because
I feel that.
then the strippers were making their ass clap, and they said, "Nigga, is that a book?"
What they do? They use it like a claw and grab the book with it or something.
like one stripper came up to me straight up. It was like, "Look, I done seen some strange shit in this club, but I ain't never seen nobody read."
Challenge accepted.
And then it was funny. Then this other stripper came out of nowhere. She like, "Oh, you read that book? Do you read Hunger Games?" I'm like, we had a full conversation about books in a strip club.
Strippers are intellectuals too.
Hey.
You go discuss the meaning of life with somebody who's doing an ass clap?
I'm sorry. If you half naked,
Too much distraction right there.
Look, if you half naked,
do
don't get mad at me because I don't take you serious. My bad. Back to Skip. Hey man.
What's up?
Well, we got our money right. We doing good. What about being an alpha male? What does that even mean? In today's
or alpha
content.
female.
Yeah, we don't
See,
worry
brother,
about
you trying to throw me in the shade, and I keep dodging it, bro.
Let's get this battle on. Round one.
Dodging it up, bro. I'm in here like Mayweather. You can't catch me, bro. Yeah, but anyway, the alpha anybody, alpha male, alpha female. The idea is really about leadership. That's how I view it. It's about being a leader, a personal leader in your own environment, in your family, whoever you come into contact with. So a person who's an alpha just shows more of those natural leadership skills. Since you call me a reader, I'm gonna say another book then. John Maxwell's 21 Laws of Leadership, Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. He says in that one that leaders are not born; they're raised, they're trained. And so some people are born with innate skills, but they don't have the full-fledged list of skills. So some people may be more apt to learn certain things or have more of the skills, but everybody can learn to be a better leader. So the point is that being an alpha is about, projecting those leadership skills and impacting your environment instead of having your environment impact you.
Okay, E, you're pretty dominant, and then Brittany, I want to hear your 2 cents. But E, how you stay on top in relationships, your business, and everything else? How do you stay alpha?
Stay alpha. I gotta say, I gotta follow the rules set by Charlemagne, man. He said something that was really enlightening, man.
What?
I want to hear this.
I gotta hear this.
It makes sense, man. Don't fuck with niggas after 5 p.m. I'm dead serious, man. I followed that rule ever since I was in high school. I never went to house parties. I never did, any of that shit.
Yeah.
Kept me out of trouble. I never followed the crowd. Never got into some shit. I never had that immediate gratification.
Yeah.
Disease. Like I've always been my own man. Yeah. Never went with the crowd. Never. And I tend to also find people that I like spending time with people that are going somewhere with their lives.
Okay.
Like everybody that I hang around with, I talk to everybody. I talk to everybody. But the people I let in my circle, in my general circle,
right?
Yeah, they're all like-minded. They're all doing something. I believe that you are actually a reflection of the people that you hang around with.
Mm-hmm.
If I hang around a bunch of those who just want to, smoke weed all day and whatever, nothing. I mean, not saying nothing's wrong with that, but I'm just saying
right.
Okay.
I want to go with people that want to win. I want to win. I want to go somewhere.
I got a story for that one.
No. Hold it. Brittany, let's get on you because you're a teacher. You even though that's a low income, you always stay on top.
Right.
How do you handle your money, your relationships, and stay whole?
Yo, I gotta disagree, man. Everybody say it's a low. Teachers is not a low income.
Yeah, that's not really low,
It's
bro.
not a low income.
Anyway, Brittany,
You can make a living as a
Wait,
teacher.
wait,
Yeah, you can make a
Remember
living.
you said
Yeah,
that.
like-
They
Let
both
me deviate
teachers.
all
from your
relative.
format real quick. Okay,
They
so
both
how much do
teachers.
y'all think teachers make?
He's a teacher too.
Oh, you're a teacher, so you know how much we make.
It's not like you don't work at Starbucks or nothing.
Okay, that's true. But you do know that they're I could be like a secretary.
I mean, yeah, we can always work, want more. But I'm just saying,
We
it's,
could
They
definitely
throwing it
work
like
jobs
y'all
with
out
a
in-
lot less
yeah.
education and make a lot more money. But
sorry,
Yes.
cut you off.
but no. Okay. Man, you know what though? I let nothing go to waste.
Okay.
I think
That's the key.
that's the key right there. So yeah, like I said, I enjoy to shop, but if I shop and I'll take things to Goodwill, get that tax break later, or I'll sell it on eBay, get a little return on my
You heard
investment.
that, right? Tax break.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I believe in a tax break.
Yeah. Talking about that deduction.
I also work summer school, so my bracket is a little higher than some. So
Do you
Okay,
teach
okay.
schools
Okay.
or you teach schools, right?
school, high school, yes.
Yeah.
I teach for a library.
Okay. Well, back to you, Brittany. Then we're gonna go back to Skip. Okay, what about? Because most females get this messed up. They let hanging with a dude mess up their money and time and all that. How you manage that?
I almost
She
wish there
let
was
the
video
truth.
in here so y'all could see.
Nah, she had that. She had that.
The
She holds her own. She pays for her own drinks.
But okay, you know what though? I'm gonna keep it all the way real, and I'm the only girl in here, so please don't shoot me. But you know what? It's hard out here being a girl with your own money because what I run into is a lot of guys have a problem that I don't need them. Like I can pay a bill, and they be like, oh. Like, if I pull my wallet out when the check comes, it's not for show. Like, I'm really finna put some money on the table, and some guys...
It compromises their
See, I always,
masculinity.
I like that.
I wait for her to pull it out. You know, the first day. I wait for her. And I
What are
call
we
her
talking
bluff.
about here?
Who's going to draw the gun first?
It's this.
Yeah, but first date, I call her bluff. I mean, I wait for her to actually pull the check. Pull out her card right when the transaction's about to be made. I'm like, all right, you know what? I got this. You know,
She's
the first
the
date,
keeper.
I got it. You know, but I call your bluff because some people are slick. They'll take it there. You know, they'll just remove their wallet out. You know, and most dudes
And
cut
just
them off
sit it
right
there?
there. Like, no, I let it go. I follow through.
Like, this is gonna sound really trifling, but when I first date a guy, like, I try to encourage us to go on as many free dates as possible to establish a nice balance of power.
Okay.
Yeah, like last time I went out with a guy, we went to a museum. It was late night at the DMA. It was free. Hanging out at Clyde Warren Park when they have movies in the park, free. You do free stuff.
EJ's
that way.
like, where have you been
I
all
know.
my life?
Well, no,
We found this kryptonite.
well, no. Let me tell you why though. Because sometimes you go out with a guy and I make a decent amount of money. I don't have children, so sometimes I like to go to nicer places.
Yeah.
And I don't discriminate against men who may make less money than me. So I may date a guy who I say, let's go here, and they're down for the cause till they open the menu and like, oh.
So what do you think about a guy that brings out the Groupon on the date?
Oh, there's
pulls out a
nothing wrong with
coupon?
Groupon. I live for Groupon.
Word.
Yes.
Okay.
I have
Not
never
bad.
seen
So you
EJ agree with a woman
So you
before.
want the
Wow.
females?
Hey, hold on.
What if he pulls out a coupon at Chili's or something?
now wait,
You don't have a problem?
wait.
I don't
No,
have
everybody,
anything wrong with that.
hold up. Y'all need to know how rare it is that EJ agrees with anybody.
This is new for me,
Especially
too.
a woman, right?
But wait, I gotta tell you a
y'all
coupon
excited?
horror story though. I
Scumbag.
gotta tell you a coupon horror story.
Okay, all right, come
because
on.
I am all for Groupon. Groupon's a great way to try new things. They got a paint night coupon deal. I'm just saying we can all go as a group. I'm down. But I went out. This guy was like, hey, let's go to breakfast. I was cool with that. Breakfast is a cheap alternative. It's low pressure.
Yeah.
Cool. We go to get a Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity.
Woo.
Okay, so, I'm chilling. We there. He doesn't tell me he has a coupon. So when
Okay.
the check comes, he just pulls the wallet out. Here's the free Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
It just slid it under there. There you go.
Oh, no. He was not trying to hide anything. He pulled the wallet out, and I'm thinking, oh, he's finna pay for the check. No, he pulls out and he could have at least had the paper pressed. It was folded up and crinkled like he could dig it out the trash can. And he's smoothing it out on the table.
So that was a turnoff.
It was a big time. Tell me you have a
Presentation.
coupon before we... Yes, presentation.
So
Hey,
you just wanted to
hey.
be you just wanted a heads up.
Hey,
Right, because
Okay.
Hey, speaking of
it
that-
was bad because the waitress looked at me like,
Speaking of that, I got caught up at breakfast with this one girl. Man, I took her. Where did I take her? Ellen's Southern Kitchen. This
I
is in
love
downtown.
Ellen's. I love Ellen's.
Man, I took her down there, right? And then we sitting up there eating, and then she checking my Facebook while we eating, and then she saw this other picture of this girl I took 3 weeks before that there. So I got put on blast, but I handle
Yeah,
it.
you
Bob
gonna
and
get
weave.
put on blast for that.
Bob
You
and
can't do
weave.
that.
Bob and weave.
okay, I know that's not the point of this episode, but wait, so
Here
you
it
had
comes.
Why was she
Like
checking your Facebook page,
Yeah.
man? I'm still trying
that
to
wasn't
figure
the
that
question because that's called
Why
doing
you
your
taking the
homework.
same two females to the same place?
And have a picture of it. First
Exactly.
off, what?
Well, first thing first, I'm single, so
First thing first, that was stupid.
no. No, we talked
You
about
gotta
this.
finesse it a little better than that, man.
Yes,
Well, first thing first.
Go ahead, explain
First thing
it.
first, I don't need finesse. So let's get that understood. Number one.
Oh.
Number one.
Okay, you
Alpha.
brute force?
Number one. When I'm single, I let you know straight up, you're not the only one. First thing first, I had
Okay.
this was at my 23rd birthday. We were at BJ's in Mesquite. We're eating dinner. I told one girl, "Hey, it's my birthday. Told the other girl, hey, it's my birthday. Come have fun. I come sit down. They arguing, but as soon as I sit down, the argument and the stare stopped immediatly. It's called respect. Get on your game.
Boss.
Back to Skip.
Wow.
Back to Skip.
And you wonder why you're thirsty.
We'll discuss this later.
Anyway,
Sorry,
what's the question though?
Skip, what I need from you is what you've did a little bit of accounting. You did you bust elbows with some very important people. What did you learn?
That people who have money already do these things.
Oh, okay.
And there's no such thing as being too rich to have a budget.
Really?
Testify.
Yeah, all that a budget is a plan. So you never got too much money to where you can say, I don't need a plan. Okay, you can be that, and then you can be, like every broke rapper and athlete ever.
Okay.
So even William
Good
Buffett
spending
is
habits is
balling on
good
a
spending
budget.
habits. They follow you.
I hope Rihanna got an accountant because
I
I
hope
think
so.
she on that path. They need to help her.
Man, I think so too. Cause Rihanna, she always lives so lavish. I'll be like,
she got some real lavish
is
stuff.
somebody managing that?
Yeah,
But-
and
but-
they taking a lot of off the top anyway between Jay-Z and the producers, writers, everybody. I'm like,
It's a facade anyway when it comes to that.
True.
So.
Maybe they paying for it. Hopefully. I
Hey
don't
Skip,
know.
since it's your episode, drop us with a topic before we do our random question of the week. Give us a topic to discuss if you don't mind, whether it be in news, something you personally want to discuss yourself. Speak on it, sir.
Okay, since you put me on blast for being an alpha male, we're gonna ask Brittany about her being an alpha female.
Okay.
And we're gonna ask her about dealing with men and how she feels about if she notices that a guy hangs around a bunch of guys, as EJ said, who's just a bunch of potheads or something like that.
And I have nothing against potheads, by the
Now,
way.
it's not about being a pothead, but just a certain type of lifestyle that you may or may not agree with.
Yeah.
What's your thought process? Do you ignore it? What do you do as far as your behavior when you come into contact with that and you have, further on more confirming signs that this might be his behavior as well?
Okay. First off, let me say that I think I am rare in the fact that I am good in every hood. So if I can hang around a group that may be stoners, or I can hang around a group of professionals or educators or what have you, I think the thing that I don't know if I call myself an alpha male, but I'll take it. I think the thing that sets the alpha male apart is the fact that they're very decisive about what their standards are and what they expect from people. So if I'm hanging around someone who has a certain type of behavior that I know is not something I want in my life, I'm comfortable walking away.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit there and say, well, he could be the one. Well, if he were the one, he wouldn't be doing this. He would
What
have
if it
this.
was-
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
being
question.
realistic.
What if there's somebody you were talking to at first and this is subsequent, like you've been dating them 1, 2, 3 times and then you found out something? Like,
A conversation needs to happen.
All
I
right.
want to know, is this a occasional thing? Is it because your brother is in town and this is what y'all do, but he live far away, so we only got to deal with this once a year? Or is this what you do all the time and you've been hiding it from me? I think that's something I've encountered a lot. A lot of men, well, let me not say a lot of men. Sorry, y'all.
not the people you date
Don't
with.
stereotype.
Oh,
It's all right, I'll do it.
some guys,
Yeah.
they think they're putting their best foot forward when in reality they just lying. They just
No,
telling a
they
lie
don't.
about
It's a
their
facade.
life. Yeah,
I mean,
keep it real. Let
I
me
mean-
love you for you.
I'm gonna speak on this, and then we got to do random question of the week. First thing first, guys and girls. Girls don't have to lie to get anything. So they can't come at us on some don't lie to us when
Well,
That's
girls.
a lie.
That's two-sided though.
That's
They
a lie.
don't have to lie, but they do
do
lie.
lie.
Yeah,
They don't have to, but they just do it anyway.
I know a girl who lied about having a whole second child. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Chris Rock said it, man.
That had to be the money scheme.
Guys tell a lot of little lies, but girls tell the biggest lies.
Man, yeah.
Well,
They hidden
I
money.
dated a guy who made up a whole job.
He made up a
Wow.
job.
He made it up. Wow.
Hey,
Right, and then
Hey, so he hit you with that Tommy? Told you he was off.
Yeah, Tommy.
No. Let me tell. Oh, it's so trifling.
Tommy
how it
was a
happened.
drug
Hey,
dealer.
no,
low
we can't
key. I
speak
think
on
he
it.
was.
We gotta wrap it up.
My
No,
bad,
we
my
gotta
bad.
wrap it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta wrap it up. It's the delivery. I hope you got something out of this. I want to thank my guests for being here. We got one more topic, but before we do that, I want to thank my guest, Skip. Thank you for your time, man.
Hey, no problem.
And if you got any questions for Skip, go to official package, one word, at gmail.com. Brittany, how can we hit you up on Instagram or anything if we just,
Instagram, breathe the underscore the poet, BRI_THEPOET on Instagram.
Okay, and that boy E, you speak on it. How can we reach you?
Educate Jamal. You can find me on my blog, nremedia.com, entertainment's most unapologetic source. Look at my column, hashtag women hate me.
There he is. There he is.
Yo, a nice him and his
Using that
blog,
whole
him and
angle.
his blog for the
Like
Twitter,
feminist.
yeah, Instagram,
I like that.
Twitter at Educate Jamal. That's EJIKEJAMAL.
Okay, and I want to thank the guy who actually emailed me. And you can email me your topics, or if you want to be a guest, but we're gonna need to see a resume. We can't just let everybody speak their mind. Yeah. So I want to thank Colton Evans. Hey man, speak on it. How'd you like it?
Man, this is a good show, man. I like the platform, man. I would like to come back on here. Thanks for bringing me on. I enjoyed myself, learned some things, and hey, I'm gonna try to put some of these things to implement these things in real life. I'm already doing some things, but we can always do better.
Mm-hmm. All right, and definitely, just in case you forgot, it's your boy Darnell. I will be adding a website. Just give me a month. We'll be in it. You can check our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. But when you're on YouTube, search The Delivery by Darnell, and it should come up. And it will be Official Package, one word, on SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And like I said, if you have any questions or anything else, official, one word, package at gmail.com. Before we go out of here, we gotta light this motherfucker on fire before we leave. In the news, Bruce Jenner ain't Bruce Jenner no more.
Oh boy.
I mean,
old girl.
I mean, man, I don't know how to feel about this. E, speak on it.
Yo, man, I have nothing but love for the transgender, gay, bisexual community, lesbian community.
He just shielded himself. He didn't want that. He said he had no love.
No,
He was
I
like,
said
I'm
I
not
have
doing that
nothing but love.
Okay.
Nothing but love.
Okay. Hey man, what you think about the whole transition?
Transition. Man. I just can't help but look at it from the kid's point of view.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining if it was my dad, now mom. It's like, what do you call him now? Like, it's just kind of.
I don't know.
It's awkward, but hey, I mean, if he's at a better place, if he's happy,
And the fucked up thing is, he gonna make more money now.
Yep.
Than,
low key, man, he kind of looks like Agent Benson from Law and Order.
Stop.
A little bit, like, hey, low key, man.
Hey, Skip, what you think about the transition?
I mean, everybody's gonna do what they want to do. So the point of the matter is that if he's happy with it, hey, I'm happy with it.
Brittany, speak on it.
Caitlyn is low key bad as fuck though. Like she looks.
What?
Really,
You gonna holler at her?
Nah.
Are you gay if you holler at her?
But you know what? I don't know if she's just transgender or if he's
Still had
she's
equipment.
gay,
Yeah,
or
still had equipment.
Like,
yeah.
does
Supposedly,
does she
it's
like
full.
women or does she like men? I don't know.
Supposedly it's full, he went all the way over.
Allegedly, he still likes women. Allegedly.
okay.
Oh, he is a lesbian woman now.
Stop.
He's a tomboy.
And hey,
She looks
Colton,
good though. She looks good.
Colton, speak on it.
I mean, it's his life. He's going to do what he's going to do without my say or not. Hey, let him live his life. I personally don't care about it, but I have to see it on the news and through all the news outlets. Man, let him do him or let her do her.
I mean, look.
That's just how I personally feel about it. Hey, he's going to now be the most popular Kardashian, and having this change
That is
or
true.
having this lifestyle helps with
Yeah.
that. Do what you got to do, man. Go ahead and get your paper, man.
And the sad part is, because I don't know how to feel about this. This is a new topic. We're actually having a new conversation, which is always good. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know how to feel about this, because you're 65. Even if you do explore this whole thing, how much more time you really got to explore it?
So why not spend it being who you want to be then?
Hey, but but low key, she got the newest pussy in the game in the Kardashians.
Are you waiting on a sex tape or something, man?
Whoa. Man, hey, it's the tightest one. But anyway,
Wow.
Leak it to World Star next month.
wow.
Look, everybody in here will watch the Caitlyn, the sex tape. If it
I'll
drops.
pass on that. I'll pass on that.
You wouldn't?
No.
Nope.
Look, bro.
Yo, man.
Nah, we watching it. Hey,
I
EJ,
can't-
we watching. I'm sorry, man. I just gotta see it.
man.
I watch every man. I see every sex.
I am
tape.
not-
I
Rewatch
might not
Kim's
agree with
sex
it,
tape
but
with
I'm
Ray
still
J.
gonna look at it.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm not that curious. Matter of fact, let's speak on the sex tape. Kim Kardashian and Ray J. I'm sorry.
whack.
I'm a guy.
Yeah.
I'm a
Subpar
guy.
at best.
I'm a guy.
They in
I
this
saw
shit, though.
I saw more dick than Kardashian. So I was like, bro, this is a waste of my money.
Yeah.
What is this?
You actually paid me.
Yeah, right?
No, somebody gay. Like literally.
Okay.
Like literally.
They trying to cover it up.
No.
He wasted his time. That's what he's really trying to say.
Nah, for real. Me and my homeboy, we went to Newfound Arts with our homegirls, and he bought it. This nigga threw that DVD at me. Here, nigga. Like, I should have known.
This
right
shit here,
there.
nigga.
I should have known by the way he was just so willing to give it to me that something was wrong with it. But
My question is this:
yeah.
is he still considered married?
I think they're divorced.
I think they're separated. Or I think it's processing through still. If I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean-
what do you do in this situation? What if you like in Texas and you do that, and you know they don't have like gay marriage?
Damn.
Or do you like automatically get divorced then, or do they still consider you a man, or how does that work?
I don't know. That's a
good
good
Well,
question.
the thing is though, I think his sexual orientation is he still prefers women.
Okay.
But I don't think your sexual
So-
orientation determines your gender, though.
No, it doesn't determine gender, but your orientation. I think that's your sexual identity. What you know, whether you gay, straight.
Yeah.
He likes women.
He likes women.
Just
Allegedly.
confusing, man. There's levels to
Yeah,
this
this-
shit. Apparently.
Yeah, like,
Questions that need
It's
answers.
hard trying to absorb all of this, man. It's
Hey
just
man,
crazy.
hey man, it's the delivery. I want to thank all my guests for coming in. And you probably wondering what's up next. We still got the Phoenix episode. We still got the BMAC episode, and the BMAC episode is gonna be coming up next. BMAC is gonna speak on her past, career goals, and how she tries to help the community and friends. And then we're gonna have a discussion: why are successful females so single, and how is the dating pool for women?
Can I
'Cause-
come back for that?
Uh-oh, sounds like an Oprah episode.
Can I
and
be
then-
down on the panel?
Definitely. And then we're gonna towards the end of summer, probably in August, you're gonna have the Darnell episode. You want to know how I came up with the podcast, life goals, past relationships, friendships, all that crazy stuff. You're gonna have to stay tuned. So it's the delivery, people. We're gone.